Silence can be the greatest teacher. Do you notice how you sometimes feel the urge to fill it with something? It's interesting, isn't it? It almost feels like the mind wants to, oh, I gotta fill this space. And it's such an opportunity, right, to become aware of these thoughts. And who's thinking these thoughts? And where did they come from?
Well, we don't make any attempt here, no matter whether it's a big group or a small group, we don't make any attempt energetically or in any other way to fill that space when the questions just go, because it's, to be comfortable with the noise or with the expectation, individual or collective, that space needs filling. Sort of it's just the old game in a way. But when it's like this, and when it's just okay, one gets to feel one's own self, how it's rising up. Oh, like you say, I've got to fill this space. Yeah, I'm feeling uncomfortable, as if feeling uncomfortable is such a terrible thing that we automatically move away from it. But to become comfortable with that almost discomfort is beautiful.
The false self, the conceptual self, the self as a separate entity, the me self, can only die in silence. And so there's a kind of resistance to that death, a clambering to fill the hole, to fill the silence, to fill the void, because that's a safety net. That's how the me self knows itself, by the content that it adds to that void of being. And so there's a kind of clambering for that, which is what the discomfort is. But to meet that discomfort lightly, with a light touch, to not make a big deal of it, to give it no meaning, allows the death of the conceptual self. And it's the conceptual self that keeps us in this kind of dream state of separation. Somehow separate from life, from what is, from, the subject-object relationship, where there is a distance. This collapses it. It's a death. That's why long periods of silence, whether that's in meditation, whether that's living alone, whatever the circumstances are, can bring us closer to freedom. It's only in that deep solitude, that deep silence, that we encounter the void of beingness. Sometimes it feels like a void. like a black hole that's going to swallow us up. And sometimes beingness is very simple. It's just the reality of what's here, always. Yeah, the I am that was spoken of. But sometimes it feels like we have to encounter the void prior to the true recognition of that beingness. And we touch on that in silence.